Let's talk about memorable toys. Who doesn't remember the crazes and phases of the 80s and 90s? I'm sure some of us have owned at least a couple, or maybe more of these toys that made a footprint in so many childhoods. Some of these toys have become little treasures that have withstood the test of time, possibly to be turned into valuable collectibles. From Tamagotchi to Nintendo, I've compiled a list of some of the most memorable toys from the early 80s to the late 90s. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some of the most popular toys through the decades, Part 1. The TALKBOY was a portable cassette player and recorder from Tiger Electronics. It was released in 1992 for the holiday shopping season. In fact, the movie Home Alone 2 was used to amplify its buying effect because the TALKBOY was featured in the movie. This was one of those toys that had parents running around trying to find it in stores. There were several spin-off models produced, but the original will always be the most memorable, with its extendable microphone, grip handle, and integrated speaker. Cabbage Patch Kids. They were one of the most popular toy fads of the 1980s and one of the longest-running doll franchises in the United States. The characters appeared in different franchise lines, ranging from animated cartoons to record albums. Cabbage Patch Kids were actually one of the most recognized toy lines in the world at the time. And even now, you can find Cabbage Patch dolls on sale for kids today. The Nintendo Entertainment System. It was the crib of home video games, and one of the most popular consoles in the world, especially in people's memories. Nintendo brought the first game console into people's homes with a huge array of games, and it was vastly popular. When this home console came out, it created one of the biggest crazes in the world, and everyone wanted one. The Nintendo franchise owes much of its enduring popularity to this system, and it will always be one of the most memorable consoles ever made. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles originated in comic books and then expanded into cartoons and video games. They gained worldwide popularity in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Action figures, vehicles, and sewer system playsets were produced as everyone hopped on the Ninja Turtle craze. The impact of this franchise extended over 2 decades, declaring the Ninja Turtles one of the all-time favorite toys ever owned by many children back in the day.
Beanie Babies. Called the world's first internet sensation in 1995, Beanie Babies are a line of stuffed animals. 9 original Beanie Babies were launched during the 1990s. During the 1990s, the toy emerged as a major fad and became hugely popular. Nowadays, some of the rarest ones can fetch huge amounts of money in between collectors.
The Tamagotchi. When these little digital pets came out, they created a worldwide frenzy, and stores couldn't keep them on the shelves. Almost everyone you knew had one, but in different flashy colors. This is one of those particularly memorable toys. Its main objective was to entertain, but it also created responsibility at an early age. Kids would care for a virtual pet that would let them know when it was hungry, when it needed a shower, or when it wanted to play. They've lost some steam, but Tamagotchis are still well known and popular around the world today. The FURBY was an American electronic toy released back in 1998. It gained a rapid worldwide following. Resembling a hamster, or maybe an owl, the FURBY took the Tamagotchi to a new level with moving, lifelike parts. It became a must-have creature in its initial holiday season launch. Furbies speak entirely Furbish, a unique language that doesn't sound like much to the rest of us. They are still sold worldwide, but the groundbreaking original will always have a special place in people's memories. BRATZ is a hugely popular product line of fashion dolls and merchandise that launched at the start of the millennium. BRATZ dolls have provoked controversy, but were a must-have for youngsters. The BRATZ line of products went from fashion dolls to video games and movies, expanding its franchise worldwide. They are still among some of the most popular toys that top kids' lists. Pokemon is perhaps the one and only franchise that has conquered everything globally. Pokemon dominated the toy market with figurines and collectible playing cards, many of which can now fetch shocking amounts of money. The franchise also revolutionized video games with the arrival of the Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, creating one of the most memorable games ever made for Game Boy. Pokemon has bridged generations, with today's kids discovering these creatures for the first time. It's still one of the most popular franchises worldwide, capturing young people's minds with its fantasy worlds. Several magazines have listed Pokemon or its characters to be number one for popularity, pop culture, and nostalgia. It may be the most popular franchise of the century.